Well, good morning and welcome to the Sudoku channel. This is Friday, the 17th of February 2023, coming to you from Youghal by the Sea in Ireland over here in Europe. And we have another Diabolical from the Telegraph newspaper over in the UK. This time we're going back to what date? 24th of December 2021, and it is their number 5718. Now, those of you who follow the channel will know that the first thing we do is work out the Snyder Pairs, the uniques, the hidden uniques and things like that. And we put that in part 1 of the video, and then part 2 of the video handles the more advanced ways of solving a Sudoku puzzle. Now, I've already solved the puzzle, and in my solution I had to find 4 pairs chains. I think there was 4 pair chains. Maybe some of those were alternating inference chains. If you come up with a simpler one, come back to me before I record part 2, okay? Because all I'm doing now is just going back using notes that I already made on this one. Okay, so let us start. I'm using Sven's Sudoku pad in this part because I find it easier for beginners and I suppose myself with my poor brain, and I'm afraid very, very poor eyesight. So the first we're going to do is we're going to look at the number 1s. Double click, we see all the 1s, and we see there's a 1 here, so we can put in another 1 here. And it's so long since I've done these down, I'm finding it hard to even use this software. What else can we do? Well, across here we have 1s along there and 1 there, which doesn't do us any good. This way we've got a 1 down there, 1 across here. No good, and I think that is all we can do with the 1s, isn't it? Across there, and then across here and here. Okay, that's all we can do for the 1s. Number 2s, we have a 2 here, and we have 2 more 2s, so nothing there, and we're going to have 2 small 2s, and these are the what we call the Snyder 2s in here and here. And just tradition is that you put the Snyders up in the corners. 2s, what other 2s do we have? Not much actually, that's it I think. Well, up this way we've got there, that gives us 3 here, which doesn't help. Okay, run on to the 3s, and now we're going to have a unique, because can't have a 3 there, can't have a 3 there, can't have a 3 here, so it is a unique 3 in there. More on the 3s. Well, this 3 over here, can't have it there, so we're going to have a Snyder pair of 3s in there. And now we have a pointing pair here of 3s, which means we can't have 3s up here, can't have it there, so we know we're going to have a Snyder pair in here. Okay, let's go on now to the 4s. Didn't give us very much at all now, did it? In fact, we can't get anything with the 4s. The 5s. Well, 5 doesn't give us anything either. You know, maybe it would have been nice to have something there, but we're left with 3 here, which don't help at all. So on to the 6s. Oh, dearie me. Yep. Now you can understand why this is this really is a diabolical one now to sort out. 7s. Well, we have a Snyder pair up here. Can't have 7 there, can't have a 7 here. So we're going to have a pair here of Snyders. And that is 7. And also right here beside us we have another pair of 7s here and here. Now that is known as a double, and if you haven't come across doubles before, down below in the description in the comments I have all the different tutorials that I've made. Look up the one there for doubles and have a read of that, because that's very important. We know that we can have a 3 and 7 here and here. We can't have anything else in it. Look at the tutorial and understand why, which means we also have a double here, because these are the only 2 cells that are left. So in there we can have 1, 2, the 3s are here, 4, we can have a 5 or a 6, the 7s are here, and the 8 is there, and the 9 is here. Okay, so what were we doing when we came to that one? Was it 7s I think we were doing, yeah. So let's go up now to the, well, we have let's see, the 7s. So we now have a pointing pair of 7s here. So we can't have 7s there, Can't have it here, but we still have 3 here that don't help. Right, what else do we have? Just let me go back to the 6s for a minute. We now have a pointing pair of 6s here, but that doesn't help us there. On the 5s, we have a pointing pair of 5s there, and we have 5s coming down here, which means we'll have a Snyder pair of 5s here. This portion of Sudoku is all about iterations. You go back over and over and over again. 8. Well, can't have it here, can't have it here, and we have that 8 coming in here, so we have a Snyder pair here of 8s. That's all we can do there. And now the 9s. Well, this gives us a unique. Can't be here, can't be here, or there. Therefore, here is going to be a unique 9. And we're going to get another unique up this way. Can't have it there, there, there. Which means this one now will be the 9, which makes up for all the other ones that we weren't getting. Now with all these coming in, we can't have a 9 there, we can't have a 9 here, or there. So we get a Snyder pair here of 9s. Now, can't have 9s here, can't have 9s there, a unique 9 here. And now we have can't have 9 along here, can't be down here, and another pair of 9s in here. And that's all we can do in the 9s. Now, having got that far, what you normally do is just go back, have another quick go at everything and see, can we stick in anything now, having put in a couple of uniques? Well, 1's across here, 1's down here. It gives us a pair of Snyders in there of 1s. And now you can't have the 1 here, down here. Because of this pointing pair, you can't have it across here at all, which means we can now have a Snyder pair of 1s in here. Always worthwhile going back. And now over here, the 1. And we can't have it there or there, so a Snyder pair of 1s here. And that's a very important one, because this is a pointing pair, which means you can't have a 1 anywhere else on this column. So we can get rid of that 1 there, which makes this a unique 1. Right, that's all we can do with the 1. Onto the 2. And there's no change there on the 2s, the 3s. No change there, 4s. And unfortunately, there's no change in the 4s either. 5s. Now just remember, we didn't have the 5 here, but we also have the pointing pair here. That's how we got these 2 5s here. Just in case you're wondering. 5s. 6s. Where's the 6s? 6s here. And we only have the 1 6 and the pointing pair of 6s. That's all we have with the 6s. 7s. Right, and 8s. Well, now this 8 coming over here means we now have a pointing pair of Snyders here, and that is 8. Now that pointing pair coming down here means we can't have an 8 here, so we get a Snyder pair in there. I know I don't like these pointing ones. Or sorry, I don't mind these sort of diagonal ones. I don't like them really. Ah, look at that. That 8, we can't have that one there. I was a bit of asleep because my phone was going. I have to go for a swim. Hold on, I'll get a bit more done and then I'll head off. 8. And I don't know what I'm doing now. You can't have it there, can't have it there, can't have it here. So we put in an 8 in here, and it just as well I waited. We get a unique 8 in there. We also get a unique 9. Okay, back to our 8s. Okay, 8 there, there, which means we have a Snyder pair of 8s here. And I have to get rid of this 9 as well in a second. I'll do that when I'm doing the 9s. I might as well do it now. The 9s. So this 9 here has to go. And that is a Snyder, so we get rid of that 9, which means we're left with this 9 for the house, and that becomes a unique. And we check again, we've got 3 9s there, we have 3 9s there, 3 9s there, we have all the 9s. And now for the third and last time, I think we just go back over the whole lot again, and I think that'll be the end of part 1. But before I do that, I'm afraid I have to go for a swim, so talk to you again later. Bye. And I'm back, and we'll start again, basically go back through the whole lot again. We'll do it quickly. 1. Well, there's no change there. 1, leave that as it is. Number 2, and that's the same. 3. Okay, nothing there. 4. And that is still the same as before. Oh no, it's not. We have 4 across there. We have 4 up here. So we now have a Snyder pair of 4s here. If we check it again, we now have the 4 across here. We also have the pointing pair there. So we get a pair of 4s here as well. And when we come up this way, we get a Snyder pair here. We're getting quite a lot of 4s now. Okay, heading on now to 5. Okay, can't have 5 there, can't have 5 here. So they are our Snyder pairs for 5. And over here, can't be there, can't be there. So this would be our pair of 5s here. Alright, on now to, what's next? 6s. Well, I can't see what we can get from the 6s, so I'll go on to the 7s. Oh, hold on, I need to go back to 5s. I think I missed something there in the 5s. We can't have it here, we can't have it here, and we have the pointing pair here, so we get a pair of 5s there. Oh, I missed that. Okay, that's the 5 taken care of. We're on 7s now. Well, we can't have a 7 along here, and because of this pointing pair of 7s here, we can't have them there, so we get our 2 7s here. And 8s. Well, actually, just notice something there. We can't have an 8 in this house. We also can't have an 8 here, which means we must have an 8 down there. Now for you. That gives us a unique 8 in there. Now what does that do? Well, that means we can't have that 8 there. And this becomes the unique 8 here now. And we have nearly all of them. Oh, well, that's all we can do with the 8s. So let's just go on to the 9s. And all the 9s are there. We can't do any more. Now, what I try to do then is fill in any rows and columns that just have a few to be filled in, and I can see one straight off, like for here. This goes back to this idea of the doubles. There can only be 2 numbers that will fit into both of these cells. And what are they? We'll just do a quick count. 1, 2, 3. We don't have a 4, so that means 4 can win there. 4. We have a 5. We don't have a 6. And we have 7, 8, and 9. So that's a 4, 6. And if we look along here, there's no 4s or 6s, so we'll stick with that. This is exactly the same. There's just 2 missing in this column. What's missing in this column? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have 6. And we don't have 7. 6 and 7. We don't have any. Oh, we have a 7 here, which means we can't have a 7 there. Get rid of that 7, which means that one has to be a 6. And if that's a 6, this one must be a 7. Now, that wasn't too painful now, was it? That was actually quite good. Any other ones that we can do easily? That's got 3 in it. Well, unfortunately, having put the 6 and the 7 in, we should be really looking now to see if that has effect anywhere. Well, for example, we can't have a 7 here now in the Snyder, so that means this must be the 7. And we got rid of a 3 there, which means this must be the 3. Checking the 7s. Doesn't do anything else. Go back up here to the 6s. Well, we can't now have a 6 across there, and coming this way we can't have a 6. So Snyder pair of 6s in here. Back to the 6 again. Well, we can't have a 6 this way, and because of this pointing pair we can't have a 6 that way. So this gives us a pair here of 6s. Now, before we go any further, these doubles, we can also have another double over here. And what is left out on this row? It is 1 anyway. 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's a 1, 4. Okay, during the week I came across something that I found interesting, and I just can't remember where I came across it. Somewhere anyway in a YouTube video. And it was a technique that was suggested at this stage of a puzzle, is that you go back around all your Snyders and see, can you make any of them into a unique. It's just, just something else to try doing. And in this particular puzzle, so if you start off here, 8, well, the other thing was, up to now we've been looking at Snyders in terms of houses. Now we start looking at them in terms of rows and columns as just an alternative way of looking at it and see, can we get rid of something. Well, the 8, we have 2 8s here, we have 2 8s here, so rows and columns we're not going to have unique. The next one is the 5, interesting one. The 5, well, we can't have a 5 here, we can't have a 5 here, we can't have a 5 here, and we can't have it here. Therefore, that 5 is actually a unique. Now, without doing that sort of a little trick, we'd be forever trying to get rid of things, because we can now get rid of this 5. And now looking again, we have a 5 down here. So is that a unique 5 down there? Well, we can't have a 5 here, we can't have a 5 here, and we can't have a 5 here. So yes, that is a unique 5. Now, that being a unique 5 means that this now is a unique 6. And let's get back up here. We have a 5. Can't have 1 here, can't have 1 here, can't have 1 here. So that is the 5 for that column. We got rid of the 3, which means this is the unique 3 for that house. Now, that brought us forward a little bit, and at this stage we need to just go back and make sure that we haven't got anything left out. And I've just seen something else, have I? Let's see, 6s. Yeah, there's going to be a Snyder pair of 6s here. 6 and another 6 here. And now, on this column we only have 2 left. So what can go in there? 2. 2. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's a 2, 7. So what is left here? Wouldn't it be nice if it was a 4, 6? What do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's a 4, 6 and a 4, 6. No, that won't be a double because we've got a 2, 7 here. Ah, well, it was, it was worth looking at. And I don't suppose that could be a 4, 6 now, could it? That would be ideal. Right, I've come to a brick wall now. I think that is as far as we can go with the Snyders, uniques and things like that. So I'm going to break off this video here and I'll come back with part 2. If you can find a nice simple solution from here, please do let me know and I'll include your solution in part 2. Okay, if you like these videos, don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, comments and all those good things. Until we meet again in the next day or two, Slán Tamil.